These are 3 questions everyone must ask on a first date.
The first one is, what is something you always want to be a part of your life?
And it's important to keep it vague, keep it open, and let them just answer the first thing that comes to mind.
And they might ask you, what do you mean by that question? And I think in that moment, you just say, I just want you to interpret it how you want, because you'll really learn about what direction they take that question and learn more about them.
And it might open up more conversation as they ask you the same. Second question is, what is something that stresses you out that is fairly unique to your personality?
And I think this is a great question to ask, because when you're first starting to see someone, it's hard to see what stresses them out. For example, everyone would get stressed out by like a freak accident in the kitchen and having to go to the hospital and stuff like that. But something unique to me maybe is that when I'm driving and I don't hit every green light, I'll start to get pretty stressed out.
Yeah.
Whereas someone more laid back, that might not stress them out at all.
Yeah, and you get to see what types of things stress them out. You get to see what they constitute as stress.
Yeah.
It's just an interesting conversation.
Question number 3 is, what is the best compliment someone could give you?
Yeah, so this can go really shallow. This can be really deep. Just let it go where it wants to go. I think that if they want to take it deep, it can go deep, but it's also not that deep. So it could be shallow.
Yeah, and you can interpret that how you want to interpret that. Maybe if they say, oh, I love when people compliment my smile, you're like, oh, you didn't say I love when people compliment my kindness?
So based on
or maybe
what
you don't care.
the data that you have about the person going into that first date could dictate how deep or how not deep you want to take their answer to that.
Exactly.
But nonetheless, it's a great question to ask.
So make sure you ask these 3 questions when you go on your first date.
Enjoy your first date.